What's going on, moms and dads? This is the Fade You Podcast NFL Week 1 recap. Some of you may be seeing this on Twitter. A lot of you will listen to this tomorrow on Monday after the fact. So we are live. How much time we got, Joe, before Sunday Night Football kicks off?
23 minutes.
All right. Matt and Joe here with you. I don't have much of a voice left after being at the CU game yesterday. So I'm going to have Joe hopefully carry us today. But, Dad, Week 1 NFL in the books. And, oh, my God, many sweaty games today and many crazy results. Where do you want to start?
Dude, the NFL is so electric. I know we miss it for those several months every year, but holy shit.
There's
the most electric thing in the world.
There's no rush like this. Like, I was just on Eagles -4 in the contest.
Ugh.
That was the sweatiest thing I've experienced. I mean, the Patriots would not die. And that game just simply would not end. And the Eagles tried. They tried to give the Patriots that game so many times. And Mac Jones and the Pats would not take it. I swear to God, that just took 3 years off my life.
Yeah, and then you got dickheads like the Colts who are winning and then just give up 2 touchdowns in 1 minute and then have a chance to cover.
Dad,
as time expires, 4 downs on the 3-yard line and fuck it up.
Dad,
unbelievable.
You're up 3, and you and all the moms and dads on the home dog division dog Colts. I'm gonna say a prayer for you and pour one out for you.
I had a text set. I said, "How the fuck are none of you motherfuckers on Colts with me?" It was like a full it was after the one I already sent with the same shit, but I said because it was going to money line that shit again. They were going to fucking win outright, and then they don't even cover.
You're up. I think you're up 3 in the fourth quarter, right? At home.
Yeah.
And then you give up the 1 touchdown. It's like, all right, whatever. Like and then all of a sudden, before you could even go take a shit, you're down 10, and now you're not covering. And then, like you said, I mean, to have the ball on the goal line at the end of the game, that is absolutely excruciating. And I saw several people, some of the dads included, who were on Colts today and Texas Tech last night. I mean, oh my God.
Dude, like, it's so weird because there's so many games where, like, the squares just fucking cleaned up. Apparently, the fucking Steelers, I was completely wrong, turned into a fucking square dog and just got absolutely murked.
Yep.
So, what the fuck? And then just Jacksonville fucking sucking out, winning that.
Yeah.
Every motherfucker in the world was on Jacksonville.
Suck it out in the fourth quarter. And then, I mean, again, and then Eagles. I mean, hey, hashtag square bets win too. Like, that was one that me and my contest team, that's never one that I would have played.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Sickening. Baltimore fucking -10.
Yeah.
Every teaser, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking Washington. Everybody that started with Washington, automatic leg win. Dude.
Yeah, I would imagine that the square parlay bettors did okay, but I mean, you still had Minnesota lose outright. That knocked like 1,000 people out in Circus Survivor. You still had the Rams or the Seahawks lose outright at home. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure there were people that had Vikings, Seahawks, and some of those square money line parlays.
I was rooting so hard for the fucking Cardinals to win.
Yeah.
Oh my God, loved that so much.
So Circus Survivor ended up with about 9,200 people. Were there like 3,000 on Washington?
Oh
my God. Thank you. Perfect.
Happy Dad. Shout out Happy Dad.
Happy Dad. So, okay, Joe, where are you at in the Circa Millions contest?
1 and 3.
You just couldn't get one of those to go your way. I mean, Colts was a couple yards away at the end of the game from getting in never should have needed to get in the back door, but they did. And then
should have been a back door. It should have been an outright winner. It should have been money line. It should have been outright. And then Cleveland rocking chair, easiest win of all time. Never was out.
Yeah.
But then fuck Denver. They
Oh
had a
my God.
chance. They just fucking couldn't figure it out, dude.
And I'm watching the game up here with a bunch of Broncos fans, and I swear to God, 5 seconds after the game ends, oh, this is just like last year. So it's like everybody's gonna sell the Broncos now.
I
But what
don't,
a
dude. I like them, man. I don't know what
yeah.
they're fucking. What do you think they're? So next week, I'm gonna look at it right now, Matthew. I'm gonna tell you the game. You guess the line. There's probably one up.
Okay.
It's Let's fucking see here. I can't find it. Hold on.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Real quick while Joe's
Okay,
looking for
Denver, Washington. Denver at home.
Oh man. Well, I mean, they're gonna be favored again. What are they gonna be favored by 3.5?
It's a fantastic guess because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Who has the nuts to fucking fire them again? 3.5. Just roll it back, baby.
Just roll it back after
Oh.
after losing outright as a home favorite over a field goal again. Now you got Washington coming to down. But Washington wasn't impressive at all today. So they were lucky to win. I mean, it never came close to covering. Of course, the ugliest dog on the board that no one wanted to touch, that I think was the fewest selections in Circa Millions, was Arizona. All the
Yeah.
people that, I mean, everybody was thinking Washington doesn't deserve to be a 7-point favorite. They were right. I just don't know how many of them actually got to the window on Arizona.
100%.
And by the way, Chris Duke, shout out, Dad. You need to change your Twitter name because you can't call yourself Hazmat Suit and not be on Arizona.
Or the Colts.
I'm not sure what happened there, but
or the Colts, even though they lost.
so we want to rapid fire around a couple games and talk about. Obviously, week 2 is going to be a big. We don't want to overreact to 1 week, but I think there's some things we can learn. And Dad, the story of the 49ers offseason was the quarterback situation and Purdy. and with the uncertainty with the elbow and kind of everything that was going on the Trey Lance, did people just forget that Purdy just does not make mistakes and was simply an ATS god last season?
Dude, shout out Grant Cohn, who was just absolutely shitting on Purdy all offseason, fucking wanted nothing more than Trey Lance to start, and then they go out into Pittsburgh and win 37.
And just obliterate. Like the game's over at halftime. They obliterated them.
It was over. Like, dude, you're right. It was over. going into the third quarter, dead. There was no doubt the Niners are winning that game.
All the noise about Steelers, home dogs, Tomlin is a dog, Pittsburgh, best. They tried the hardest in the preseason. It didn't mean shit. And so for me, I'm going to just close my eyes and not even watch the preseason. I don't want to see preseason scores. I don't want to listen to what's going on in the preseason because you and I both, we suckered into Steelers. And what, I mean, between the Steelers and the Bengals, I don't know who had a worse week 1. Can you think of any team that might have looked worse this week?
Dude, by far the Bengals. I think Bengals, at least the Steelers lost to a team that's gonna, obviously a top 3 team in the NFC. Like, yeah, the Browns are a fucking rivalry game, in-state division foe, and you go out and just get bitch slapped, and they pull Burrow with fucking 5 minutes left in the game. Like, that is as bad of a loss as you can take within your division. Like, other than losing to, like, obviously like a bottom 3 team, like, you do not want to. That's like the Niners losing the Seahawks by that much when the Niners fucking have all. It's a bad loss for the Bengals.
How deep into the game were the Bengals stuck on 3 points?
Dude, I don't know. I turned it off.
I was bad.
Like, well, cash this bitch. Fucking Browns. Halfway, dude, in the third quarter, I'm like, well, I don't need to watch this one anymore.
I mean, so I remember the Bengals lost week 1 last season too. They lost at home to Pittsburgh, but that one was kind of fluky. Like, there were a lot of turnovers that were weird bounces that Pittsburgh capitalized on. The Bengals missed some kicks in that game. So that one you could kind of chalk up to being a fluke. This one, you're right. They just bent over and opened their legs and took it. I mean, the Browns just completely handled them.
Right now, Bengals -3 at home against Baltimore for next week.
Jeez. And Baltimore, I mean, that game is 7-6 at halftime against Houston. So it's not like they looked amazing. Yeah. And Houston just, I mean, man, I was on Texans +10. The Ravens had all kinds of secondary injuries. They had a lot of question marks at wide receiver with guys banged up. No Mark Andrews. That ended up being fade the fade the narrative, right? And man, the Texans just look like they're going to be a mess again. But we're not going to overreact.
Dude, I was texting Kyle about week 2. Niners Rams in LA next week. Like, apparently the 2 best teams in the NFC going head to head because the Rams just went into Seattle and bitch slapped them.
Yeah,
and it's Rams catching almost a touchdown.
Wow. Well, I mean, you know what everybody's going to talk about Shanahan dominating McVay, so we'll definitely talk more about that one on our full preview show. But what else did we text about that we wanted to make sure we touched on? We definitely wanted to.
Bucks killing a bunch of survivor legs. Love it.
And I'm so mad.
Baker Mayfield cock.
I'll just share kind of what went into my thinking. So on Wednesday's pod, I talked about the Bucks. I said, hey, Minnesota just plays in nothing but close games. Like, how are we trusting them as a 6-point favorite? Line was +6 when we recorded the pod on Wednesday. Thursday morning, circle lines come out. It's 5.5. And I'm like, that kind of sucks. And then I overthought it. I started reading about the Bucks moving guys around on the offensive line. I thought more about Baker Mayfield. Like, do I really want to be doing that week 1? Mike Evans had a groin, so I stay off it in the contest. And it's easy. I mean, the Vikings did what the Vikings do so many times. And you did make a good point, Joe. You said, well, week 1, remember, they just kicked the shit out of the Packers last year. And the Vikings offensively do have that capability, but look at all the mistakes they made today.
Yeah, dude. Also, note dogs 9-5 today. ATS.
I mean, we know week 1 dogs are hot. Week 1 dogs are hot. Hey,
yeah, I picked 4 dogs. So far 3 dogs, and yeah, you know what?
I got to shout out. I need to shout out Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans for being down 7. Or no, what were they? What was it? I think they were down. They were down 4.
I didn't watch a lot of that game other than rooting for my dad, Derek Carr.
It was a field goal fest, and it was close. And the Saints go up in the fourth quarter, and the Viking or the Titans down 4 kick a field goal to go down to go from being down 4 to down 1. Cover the spread +3. I mean, the math it took for them to have enough time to kick the field goal and hope to get a stop. And then for the Saints to have not enough time to go score and kick another field goal. That was an insane +3 cover for the Titans. So when you talk about dogs being 9-4, sometimes it does take shit like that. And I mean, we should shout out Miami too. Miami on offense. I don't know if it's just Miami offense being
I think that's just Chargers going to Charger, man.
Is it just same old Brandon Staley defense? Like the Chargers are never going to – the whole thing was, okay, the Dolphins don't have Armstead, the left tackle. There's going to be Khalil Mack and Bosa getting nothing but pressure. And all the Dolphins did was throw quick. And, I mean, the Chargers ran for 1 million yards, which was weird.
J.C. Jackson is the dumbest person in the NFL. It's not even close. That fucking PI before halftime, did you see that? Like he just fucking just shoved the wide receiver to the ground with the balls in the air. Okay, here you go. Here's a free 30 yards and 3 points. And guess what? That cost you the goddamn game. Lost by 2. Way to go, JC.
Did Chris end up taking Miami in his contest? Because the last few days he's talking about, Riley and I may do Dolphins. Like Chargers as a favorite are such a fade.
Dude, fuck those guys. They're always like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then they don't do it. Yeah.
And then
they talk about their best bet on the podcast and then they don't fucking put it in the contest.
Yeah.
A bunch of fucking pussies. If you're going to fucking lose it, put it in, say it on the podcast and lose it like a fucking man like I did. Colts L. Steelers. L. I'll fucking wear both those every day. If the Niners and Steelers ran it back next week and they still made that line the same, I'm fucking on Steelers again. I don't give a fuck because I'm stubborn.
You know, one thing to take away, to learn from this week's results, people are going to look at box scores. The Philly result, I did not deserve to have Philly cover 4, 3.5, whatever number people took. They benefited from just stupid turnovers by the Patriots early and then did nothing. Philly settled for like 46-yard field goal attempt, 50-yard field goal attempt, made all of them.
Well, dude, if Booty fucking catches that pass
and
gets a fucking foot in, I mean, I don't know if that's a shitty throw by Mac. I don't. It was kind of
Yeah,
bang bang, but still, if they catch that, the Patriots are covering that spread most
for
likely.
sure, or winning outright. I mean,
Yeah,
the Eagles going into the game, Jalen Hurts was 3-9 against the spread as a road favorite. Eagles may be a fade on the road. Like
dude,
they were not impressive on offense at all.
Matt, fuck the trends, dude. I'm done with this bullshit. Tomlin, fucking week 1. Oh, he always covers, like I said on the pod. Guess what? 23-point loss. Wear that shit, motherfucker.
Yep.
How about that trend? Everybody
Yeah.
can find a fucking trend to support what you're looking at. Just like fade Den. I was busting Chris's balls. I'm like, dude, yeah, Den's losing right now. Oh, guess what? He's gonna fucking keep losing. You might as well ride him, or you might as well fade him. Oh, if he's winning, oh, he's gonna regress. You can find a fucking trend for whatever you want. Den's fucking 901 today. So fucking sick trend. Dude's up fucking 90 units in the past 3 years.
Man, what a week one. I mean, the sweats. I can't keep going back to that Eagles sweat. That was just insane that they're running out the clock and Hurts fumbles and the Pats have another chance. It just was unbelievable.
What do you got on Sunday Night Football?
Giants. I mean, I'm somehow after putting in, it feels like nothing but losers. I didn't put in the Bucks, didn't put in the Falcons, didn't put in the Packers. So many that I considered that I didn't put in. Somehow I'm hanging in there at 2-2. And I mean, it's gotta be Giants tonight, right?
Is it still 3.5?
It depends on the book. I know our book was down to plus or to Giants 3 plus money.
3 with plus money. It's plus 105.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Take
we
that
got a
all day.
live view here, Matthew. I'm looking at
the Sunday night football.
Sunday night football team picks. So we got Jack Collinsworth on Cowboys, Tony's on the Cowboys, Rodney Harrison's on the Cowboys. What's Florio going to do? Go on the Cowboys, you pussy. Oh, Florio fucked it up. I wanted to go the Cowboys. Shit.
Hey, here's one that out
Matthew Berry. Let's see what he's got. Hold on. Pussy. He went on the Giants too.
So we'll get out of here with this. Shout out Chris B in the comments. He'll love this one. Here's a bet I'll make for tonight. Dak Prescott to throw an interception.
Oh,
there you go.
Hey, shout out.
Get out of here with that.
I'll say this too. Hey, shout out Prize Picks. I took a 2-leg parlay. I took Derek Carr or Jimmy G yards under, and they did a promo. Dak Prescott over a half a yard passing. So if he gets one pass today, it's a cash.
Just one. Wow. Just one.
Oh, and then they had I looked at it earlier today. Joe Burrow total passing yards. It was like they had it like 250. They gave you a 10% discount, put it at like 225. He threw for like 80 yards.
Jesus. Yeah.
So everybody that took that L.
Come back again. We'll see you again in week 2. Oh my God.
Reload that cash right there, buddy. Fucking fire another one.
Wow, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. So, all right, moms and dads, we hope you came out of week 1 relatively unscathed. What a hell of a football weekend. We'll be back Wednesday live, 5 p.m. Pacific time, live on X, live on YouTube. It's at Fade You Sports on X. I will be back for the full week 1 preview. We're not going to overreact. You don't need to get the opening lines and fire 7 bets. Just settle.
Yeah, you do.
Settle, and we'll regroup, and we'll come back week 2. We'll see everybody then.